definitely. For this game specifically, which if you get a new donation in now, is basically the last stuff left to win. Let's see, we have first a complete copy of Final Fantasy IV Advanced for the Game Boy Advance, obviously. Thank you, sir. Let's see, we also have, we have two drawings for this one, right? We have a Lindsay King and a Stacey Caron drawing. And we also have a Cecil Dark Knight Perler to give out from Iteman. He did stuff like this thing right here, which is ridiculous. This is made of beads and 3D and awesome. It's really, really cool. The Cecil Perler is not 3D, but it's still pretty awesome. It's pretty crazy. So... And also there are the grand prizes that you can still get in for. We have a 25th anniversary Nintendo Wii to give out at the end of this thing, along with the Mario All-Stars disc for the Wii, which is actually quickly becoming a pretty hot collector's item.
Yeah, was it $70?
Yeah, it's a very, very limited print run on that. So while you could buy it retail like 2 weeks ago for like $30, they basically dried up at this point. You might still be able to find it some places, but not for long, definitely. We also do have a pretty rockin' NES starter kit to give out. A refurbished NES complete with 2 controllers, AV cables, and a power supply, along with 17 games, 16 of which were played in this marathon, and we threw Castlevania 2 in there for the whole Castlevania trilogy, just because it makes it look all nice and pretty. I guess 18 if you count Duck Hunt, because we do have Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. So
fair enough.
I know everyone wants to play that Duck Hunt.
Yes. Duck Hunt's awesome.
I know I want to play Duck Hunt.
Shoot the dog. That dog's a jerk.
Dog is.
But yeah, any donation of $5 or more gets you in for those at the end of the marathon.
Out there that let you shoot the dog.
Yes.
So, and if you already won something earlier, you still will be eligible to win those system prizes. So don't think just because you won a picture, even though the pictures are awesome, you will be excluded from the consoles. So. Definitely something worth getting the money in for. And it's not too late for the Twitter contest either. You can still get the word out about us a little bit. If you scroll down below the chat on speeddemosarchive.com, which if you're not on that site now, it's where you should be to view this marathon. But if you get that down, scroll down a little bit, you will see a little blurb you can post to your Twitter account after you follow us at SDA Speedruns, and that will get you entered to win a brand new Nintendo Wii. So for a quick copy-paste, that's a pretty awesome prize. So yeah. That's what's left on offer at this point, and we still got several hours to go here, because we are about an hour and a half deep into FF2 right now. Yes. FF4 rather, but this is America.
All right.
So
America. Got a new $5 donation from Jens Volmbuller. Thank you, Jens.
Thank you very much, sir. You are the man.
This guy's got some pretty spiffy shoes.
He's
styling.
So is there anything hard about this boss, or not really?
Can be. He's not that hard because, thank God, Twin doesn't provoke his wall counterattack.
Oh.
So you can twin down, and generally you only want to kill one hand, but unfortunately I had the bad luck of killing two. Two right there. So 2 twins and a fire 3 normally puts this fight on lock. With flares, that should be. But since flare's a little weak, I might have to do a little bit of digging, but shouldn't be a problem.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Fight's on lock now. It's just whether or not.
Whether or not they explode and take one of you too.
Well, he'll probably. Just hope he doesn't take out Forum, because I actually need him to gain a level for speed right now.
That works. Right.
I say, what in the exploding?
I'd be a little concerned if I killed a monster and its arm was still kind of hovering around.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Say, what in the Michael Bay boss arms?
On a good note, actually for a while when I was practicing this and I was considering doing either version for donation, which it kind of dried that up because of a few version differences that make it a little inconsistent for me. Namely, like right here, this guy posed a big, large problem for me for a while because I didn't know how to do him because he's so much faster in the hard type or normal version that his big wave would come out before I could even lightning it off. And then I found out, I was lucky enough, they stuff away a little Zeus's Wrath right before this boss fight, and you pop that off and it makes it easier in hard type. But his wave's damage is based off of his current HP, so
Yes.
If he gets it off early, it's a problem.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not the opposite of how much HP he has, it's how much hit points he has.
Oh, crap. I don't like this already. Crap.
Wait, how can you do that again?
Because he's a jerk.
He's a jerk.
Yeah. I think the farthest I've ever played in FF2/4 is just after this guy.
Oh, wow.
Wow, apparently I just dropped him with lit 2, so that works.
Oh, not
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Just lit 3, just one to his face, done.
Blammo.
I have to recall doing a lot more damage on that with lit 3, but either way.
Well, actually, his weakness depends on whether or not the wave's up.
Okay.
If it's up, it's lightning. If it's down, it's ice.
Interesting.
So I guess Paladin Forum's names are still set in stone. Get it? Jay, that's for you.
You did there.
Okay.
I got it.
Very funny.
Like, okay, not so.
So victorious.
It's what, 6 party members?
Ah,
Can't have
that's not
that.
possible.
Okay.
Alright.
So while we have a minute, I actually wanted to thank Peaches for providing us with a UPS that saved the second attempt on the Chrono Trigger run.
Oh,
Indeed.
very true.
Yes. Thanks, Peaches.
Thank you, Peaches. Oh, do you want to talk about Sid and your brother a bit? Since
Huh.
Oh,
Interesting. We've got 6 people in the party now. Oh well, I'm sure it's nothing.
Yeah.
Nifty added feature.
Maybe Uranium can talk about it when he renames it.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best place to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to rename him right outside because I'm Baron.
Oh! Yep, this weird little throwaway room is
Yeah,
not a
that's
weird
right.
little throwaway room.
It's not a throwaway room. The names are set in stone. Wonder Twin powers activate right now.
Form of rock!
Good call, Breakdown. That is why you are the man.
Do what I can, certainly.
man.
But we do have a bunch of other demands who've come in here. Let's see. I'm just going to start reading from the last one I know I read off. I know a couple people got shouted out. Okay, so let's see. Alfredo Cardenas in with $5. Jeff Luz in with $3. Thomas Hornberger in with $5. Jens von Moeller in with $5. Zachary Childers in for $5.01. Samuel Santiago in for $5.01. Christopher Christofferson in for $5. Paul Milliken in for $10. And Tim Wheeler in for $5. Thank you so much. You are all the man or the woman if you prefer. I'm not going to hold it against you, certainly.
And you've also got Sebastian Zerlette with $3.
All right.
Sebastian, you are the
Fantastic.
man.
Indeed.
Giant bowling ball tune over in the anus.
And,
Oh yeah, that's another version difference. The,
Yes.
the bowling ball's actually
Yeah.
supposed to be a guillotine,
Yes.
but apparently it's better to crush someone than to cut them in half.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, pretty much.
Just so much
That's
less gory.
Indeed, so much more family friendly. Bowling
Random
balls.
fun
That's-
fact,
that's
for,
more wholesome.
For a while, one of my alternate account names on GameFAQs was actually Bowling Ball of Doom. I believe my brother owns it now.
All right, and we do have 2 new comments. Zachary Childers in saying, helping you guys get over that last small hump. Thanks for everything. It's been very pun. Oh, 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 oh. And Paul Milliken saying, excellent work. Congrats to everyone involved. Some excellent runs. Looking forward to seeing the ones I missed uploaded, which this makes actually a good a time as any to remind
Yes.
everybody that if you missed something, because there is no good time to sleep during this marathon, and
It
surely
really
you,
isn't.
surely you
It
missed
really
something you
wasn't.
wanted to see. I know I missed a bunch of runs I wanted to see
Same
because
here.
I couldn't keep my eyelids
Yeah.
propped open for them.
Yoshi's Island, Donkey Kong Country, and Castlevania on my end.
Oh man,
All
I
in a
got all
row.
those.
Just a lot of cool runs. I could list them off, but I'd go horse and gotta
Yeah,
keep it
definitely.
fresh. So, but yeah, everything has been recorded, and we will be uploading videos. They will be available for download with the commentary stream intact. So if you relive your favorite moments and catch the ones you missed, we'll have them up for download on SpeedDemosArchive.com in the not too distant future. I'm not gonna commit to a time frame, but that's largely up to Nate because, well, Nate is the man, and he does all our video encodes. He does some damn fine work. It's just give him some time to work his magic.
Yes, we should definitely shout out to Nate.
Yeah, you can't talk about SDA without giving Nate a shout out, really,
pretty
because
much.
SDA really wouldn't
Nate's
exist
awesome.
without him.
And I just want to point out physics in this game does not exist because two airplanes totally just chilled out next to each other, and no wind effects happened. They weren't like it was just what.
They're like, how's it going?
So
no wind in this
Sid
world.
is Joseph.
Yes. Oh, we should also give a shout out to
Yeah, Sid is
lag.com, who's actually probably asleep right now.
Yeah.
But he was helping Nate out quite a bit with the second
Indeed.
of this.
He's been up on the tech, definitely.
Yeah, taking over when Nate was going Betty by.
All right, that's it. Right? No other changes.
Yeah, so Uranium Anchor, do you want to explain something about that name?
Yeah, my brother's birthday was 2 days ago. His name is Joseph, and he's currently studying to become a mechanical engineer, so I figured it was appropriate to donate to have Sid's name changed to Joseph.
I hate landing this plane. I really do.
It really does suck.
It's only one thing bad thing about this
got
game.
much better.
I gotta shout out a total check at the moment because we are dangerously close to 50K in the chip-in. We have $49,958 in the chip-in right now.
Wow.
So all you goal snipers out there, I know you came out in force at 40K. This is your time. Definitely is.
Yes.
So-
Keep going.
If that's what you've been waiting for, oh, it's that time. And I'm willing to bet I'm gonna hit refresh and it's gonna be crazy.
So, if anyone's wondering why Rain went in there in the first place, it's to get the Charm Rod, correct?
No change.
Change Rod. And the Change Rod gives a big magic bonus for Rydia, which makes her spells more powerful.
The tiara also as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they're two important details.
And the way magic and attack works in this game is that it's actually not like by your number, it's like by a certain number you get like
it's based off of
added
multipliers that are
multiplier,
based
yeah.
off of stats. Magic's about every 4 in a stat is a multiplier, and there might be 5. Don't misquote me. And then strength has a multiplier, and it's for every 10 in your strength and agility added together.
What's up, Spoonie?
Hey, Spoony, how's it going?
You're still a bard, right?
And then for anyone who watches the run on the site, I pointed out to Dane that I'm going to do this to him. That in his run and in his TAS, because he did both of them, he talks to the pops, as they are later translated, or the clerics, and you don't have to. So he wastes a full minute on both of them by just talking to them. You don't need to. You only need to visit this guy right here.
Knowing Dane, I'm sure that made him rage.
I have actually forgotten to talk to Spoony here at some points before going on to the next objective. It doesn't end well, if you were curious.
No, it doesn't.
It really doesn't.
Yeah.
We won't spoil it for you for people who've never played the game.
But you will see what I mean when we get there.
But you will encounter someone who could tone down the caps lock.
Yeah, this is a weird gimmick dungeon coming up, certainly.
Yeah, it's definitely very annoying. I know that when I was a kid, I always just ran away from everything.
I do have to say my favorite translation of this dungeon was a fan translation, which was the Cave of Power.
Cave of Power.
Cave of Power.
Yeah.
Is He-Man in that cave? I have the power.
I have the...
Nice. Too busy being
yes, well, it's the
Grayskull.
Magna Cave, so it's maybe the Cave of Welcome to Die.
Nice.
Wow, I had bad luck with the black chocobo. He just chose to run.
Right.
Oh, he's
Well, I just did a
running.
refresh
Lots
and
of
it
this, but you can't
scrolled
have any
me.
of this.
Something fierce it scrolled me, so that actually I would call an indicator of things to possibly come. Yeah. Alright,
He flies until I
where
land
were
in
we?
the forest.
I
That's how
remember
we
that
get
one.
to that cave.
That one's
Actually, just out of curious, when's the next naming way coming up?
coming up after I read these donations off. Interrupter Jones back
Hey,
there.
My notes, I have it
remember
written down.
reading these.
I'm trying to remember.
Talking about faithful refreshes. You're like, oh, no, I'm going to talk about Michael Yama's thing. Michael Yama, I'm going to talk now.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it is kind of important. Check our total, please.
I'm reading off donations, and I'm gonna get there. Oh, I know. Oh, believe me, I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
I
alright.
know what you're talking about.
So,
All right.
what did you do?
Let's
Just look
see.
at my
I'm
notes,
pretty
I wanna see what
sure
the
this
next
one's
one
new.
was.
We got Dario Bogdanovic in for
First row.
$20. Thank you very much, sir. Let's see. I'm just gonna read off. Some of these are probably repeats because I know Dario's new though. I think Chris Garrett's didn't get read last time either, and he's in for $50. Let's see.
Yeah,
Paul
there's
Miller
gonna
for
be
10, Tim Wheeler for 5, Alexander Valesco in for 10, David McKinley in for 5, Theodore Muir in for 5, Grayson Orlando in for $5, Sebastian Zerlit in for $3. Matthew Sullivan in for $6.64. David Hunt in for $50. Maurice Nyman in for $50. Jay Garvin's coming back for $42. Garrett Drager in for $20, and Wilson Wong in for $7.77. And before I go for comments, I'm just going to update